Climate Prediction Center, areas right around Baltimore and southward will likely experience drier than normal conditions over the next 6 to 10 days. So next week, it's a whole different ballgame for our friends farther west of us, likely dealing with more of a wetter setup across the Ohio Valley and even out towards the Midwest. So this is not likely going to help us out at all in the drought department. We're still suffering from severe drought conditions across much of the state of Maryland, including Virginia, but you can see that the drought just gets even worse. We're talking about extreme to exceptionally dry conditions across the state of North Carolina. This also extends into South Carolina, Tennessee, and even portions of the deep south like Georgia. As we take a look at futurecasts, we are going to be dry out there today. High pressures in control. This is going to leave us with a very sun-filled day. It's going to look beautiful, but again, we need the rain. As we head into the day tomorrow, clouds will really start to thicken up. A few spotty showers in the morning across our northwestern suburbs. But here's a look at that cold front that's going to bring us some beneficial rain. It could become a little bit more moderate to heavier in nature right around 2 to 3 o'clock in the afternoon. That's going to be the timing when the window for showers and thunderstorms opens. But as we head towards the evening, it does look like this cold front is still going to be sliding through right around 6 to 7 o'clock. So if you have any dinner plans, you will need that rain gear ready to go. And it looks like the window for showers and storms closes around the 10 o'clock hour. The better opportunity for more gusty thunderstorms that could produce some damaging winds and even some periods of heavy rain will be focused across the western half of the state. So that's really the area where they could experience an isolated strong storm or two. High pressure is in control. Like I mentioned, this is yielding clear skies for us this morning, helping our temperatures to fall into the 40s, even into the 30s across the western half of the state. In fact, areas around Frostburg and Deep Creek currently experiencing frost and freeze conditions as temperatures are projected to drop anywhere from that freezing mark, even slightly below that. So that's why we have frost and freeze conditions expected throughout the morning until about the 8 o'clock hour. We are expected to hit 70 meteorologist Stevie Daniels. The time now is 4:41 on this Tuesday morning. Here's a glance at your Super 7-day forecast. Today is going to be a little bit milder than yesterday. It is going to be sunny out there. We climb back near 70 degrees this afternoon with light winds out of the south. We fall into the mid-50s as we head overnight into your Wednesday as clouds are gradually going to increase across the area. As we start the day off tomorrow, it will start off mostly dry with even a few breaks of sunshine here and there. But as the kids get dropped off from school later in the afternoon, that's when things could become a little bit more turbulent. We have the chance for some showers and storms as that cold front travels through the region. So they might want to bring the rain gear with them as they head out to school tomorrow morning. But then looking a little bit drier, the conditions will settle out as we head into your Thursday with another high temperature of 70 degrees, intervals of clouds and sunshine. Winds will pick up a little bit. They will pick up over the next couple of days behind that front. But then into your Friday, back in the mid-70s. And then we don't just Stevie Daniels. The time now is 5 o'clock on this Tuesday morning. Let's take a look at this gorgeous picture that Raul actually sent in to us the other day. This is actually a picture of a perched owl just kind of hanging out in the tree in his backyard in Haverty. Grace, if you would love to share a photo with us, you can actually do it directly. You can send it to us directly at WMAR2news.com/weather. So right on our weather page on our website. High pressure is going to be in control today. It's going to be perfect bird watching weather. We do have high pressure building into the mid-Atlantic region, yielding mostly clear skies. So check out this day planner. It is looking fabulous. Yesterday was a little bit cool. We had more clouds and we also dealt with temps a little bit below average, kind of stuck in the 60s. Today we're going to be making a run close to 70 degrees with all that sunshine. I do believe that we are going to touch that 70-degree mark today. We have a sunrise time of 5:55. Meteorologist Stevie Daniels. The time now is 5:09 on this Tuesday morning. Let's take a look at your full forecast. You see this H right here on your screen. This is good news, especially if you want to get outdoors today. It is going to be building into the mid-Atlantic region, yielding tons of sunshine, but it's also keeping skies relatively clear this morning, which is helping our temps to drop into the 40s, even into the 30s across a couple locations like Deep Creek and also Frederick, sitting at 41 in Ellicott City, 51 for my friends down in Annapolis, and Centerville and Easton, you both are sitting at 46. 6. But then we have some turbulent weather heading into the day tomorrow. Some scattered showers, even some isolated thunderstorms will move through the region, all driven by a cold front that's going to build in from the western half of the state. And all this activity is going to be traveling eastward. So it does look like the window for showers and storms opens around the 2 o'clock hour. It persists throughout about dinner time and even beyond that as well. And this is the time frame when we could encounter not only some damaging winds, but also periods of heavy rain. And it looks like for the most part, a lot of that activity wraps up as we head closer to midnight. But the western half of the state has a better opportunity of dealing with not only damaging winds, but also some heavy rainfall. That's the reason why the western half of the state is under a marginal risk, a level 1 out of 5 on that scale. But in terms of rain, we desperately need it. We're still suffering from severe drought concerns, up to about an inch of rain. That can't be ruled out when it's all said and done. That's taking you throughout your entire Wednesday into early Thursday morning. But Thursday, we really dry things out pretty rapidly. If you have any plans to hit up some farmers markets today, it's going to be a really nice one. Wear the sunnies, get outside, wear that light jacket in the morning because we are going to be still dealing with temps in the 50s throughout 10 o'clock this morning before we hit the 60s by noon today. Lower 70s as we head around 4 to 5 o'clock this afternoon. A ridge of high pressure will take over this weekend and also heading into next week. This is going to leave us with above normal warmth. We're going to get a true taste of summer with temps climbing nearly 10 to 15 degrees above average, 63 degrees by that time frame. Dealing with mostly clear skies as well. It's going to feel a little bit cooler, so you might want to bring that light jacket with you to the ballpark. This morning, we're starting off in the 40s and 50s. We've actually dropped a lot in the temperature department from earlier this morning because we are dealing with mostly clear skies. 38 degrees for everyone out in Frederick, 41 in Sykesville. The calendar says it's mid-May, but it is feeling a little bit more winter-like out there in some spots, especially around the western half of the state where frost and freeze conditions are likely through the 8 o'clock hour. Because of this area of high pressure, this is going to lead to clear skies this morning as the kids head out to school. This is the reason why we're starting off a little bit colder than yesterday. We should be back in the 50s for most by 9 o'clock and then hitting highs near 70 degrees this afternoon. Back to you.
All right, thank you.
And sunny, you don't need to worry about any rain. Normally, I would be very excited for that, but I mean, as you can see right here, the drought is just continuing to worsen, even for our friends farther south of us, where not only extreme, but exceptionally dry conditions are underway from central and southern Virginia through North Carolina, even down across the deep south, South Carolina, Georgia, and even portions of Tennessee and Mississippi experiencing this abnormal dryness out there. And so we desperately need the rain. Over 90% of the state is suffering from severe drought concerns across Maryland, but we do have some much needed rain on the horizon. Here's a look at the line of rain and thunderstorms that we have on our doorstep for tomorrow. It looks like they start to make inroads around Frederick County, even Carroll County, closer to 2 to 3 o'clock, all being driven by a cold front. So within this line of showers and storms, we could experience some gusty winds and also some periods of moderate to heavy rain. This is going to persist even as it crosses the Bay water. It's going to extend up and down the eastern shore as well throughout 6 to even 7 o'clock. 8 o'clock, we're still going to be dealing with this moisture, and it doesn't really come to an end until that cold front moves off to our east. That'll be right around midnight. So the timing for any weather tomorrow in terms of rain and storms looks to be between the hours of 2 o'clock in the afternoon through midnight. So I know it's a very large range, very wide window. Across the western half of the state, our friends out in western Maryland, even across West Virginia, portions of Virginia, even Pennsylvania, will be under a level 1 out of 5 marginal risk, as wind and hail will be the main concerns within some of those storms that travel through. But we could get anywhere from a ½ inch to an inch of rain when it's all said and done, which is very good news. This is hopefully going to help us out in the drought department. But overall today is going to be bright and beautiful, so enjoy it while you can, because we do have some active weather on tap for tomorrow. We should be climbing near 70 degrees. But after tomorrow, we dry things out and we really start to warm things up. We have a very strong ridge of high pressure that takes over the eastern half of the United States over the weekend and into early next week. This is actually going to help our temps get boosted up into anywhere from 10 to 15 degrees above normal. So we're talking about some summer like right here. They're traveling over downtown Baltimore. They're just soaking up the view. If you have a picture you would love to share to the weather team, you can just send it our way. You can actually send it directly to our website, WMAR2news.com/weather. You can upload it. It's super simple. We would love to showcase your photos here on Good Morning Maryland and throughout the evening newscast as well. Taking a glance at your temps right now, we're starting off in the 40s and 50s, 44 degrees in Aberdeen, 52 in Annapolis, 38. That's the current temperature for everyone in Frederick. So it's feeling a little bit cooler the farther west you go. But here's a glance at your bus stop planner. This is the reason why the kids need the jacket this morning. We are waking up to plenty of sunshine, and that will help heat our temps back up into the upper 60s, close to 70 degrees today. It is going to be a fabulous day to do anything outdoors. We do have a sunset time of 8:10 this evening, so the sunset times are getting later and later as the daylight is getting longer and longer. I'll have more details on what you can expect throughout the next several days coming up in my full forecast. Christy? Out that we're still experiencing today, severe drought conditions still continuing to plague central Maryland and even really across the western half of the state. Here's a look at the precipitation outlook from the Climate Prediction Center. It does show that areas right around Baltimore and farther south have a drier than normal setup expected over the next 6 to 10 days. So this is a look at next week, and wetter than normal conditions across the western portion of the country, around the middle portion of the United States as well, down towards the deep south. They will likely be dealing with a higher probability of a wetter than normal setup over the next 6 to 10 days. But here's a glance at the drought. It is worsening out there. So certainly not looking great at all. Extreme to exceptionally dry conditions across the deep south and even through the Carolinas. We will be getting in on some beneficial rain out there as we head into the day tomorrow. It looks like the timing for rain and thunderstorms looks to occur between 2 to 3 o'clock. So arriving from west to east right around that time frame, hitting Carroll and Frederick counties first, even Howard counties. And then a lot of this activity, this moisture expands eastward. It falls over the bay by dinner time. If you have any dinner plans tomorrow evening, I would eat indoors and definitely bring the rain jacket with you because you'll be needing it. And it does look like the window for showers and storms closes by midnight. So we're still going to be dealing with this leftover moisture out there with some clearing taking place on the back side of it. Wind, hail, and even heavy rain will be the main concerns, mostly wind and heavy rain throughout the day tomorrow across the western half of the state. There could be a strong storm or two that produces some damaging wind gusts, so we'll be watching that very closely as that cold front charges eastward. Up to about 1 inch of rain, that's what we can expect. Lower rainfall totals closer to the state line and along the Beltway. We could see localized higher amounts near the immediate shoreline, like places in Annapolis and also in Stevensville. But today is going to be a great day to get outside. I know Enzo, he is begging for his walk. I know Allie's looking forward to walking him today. A temperature of 70 degrees this afternoon, dealing with winds out of the south. And then a more southerly breeze is going to take over as we head into early next week. This is going to help drive in that warmth. It's going to truly feel like July out there as we head into early next week. We're talking about temps anywhere from 10 to 15 degrees above normal across the eastern half of the United States. I'll step out of the way that travels through central Maryland during the afternoon and also into the evening. But today's going to be a great day to take your furry friend for a walk. We have highs that are going to climb into the upper 60s and low 70s, mid 70s as we head into tomorrow afternoon. But again, it comes with a catch as the bus is dropping the kids off from school tomorrow afternoon. That's when those rain showers and also thunderstorms are going to slide through the region. So they might want to bring the rain gear with them to school tomorrow morning because things turn a little bit more turbulent later in the day. Heavy rain and also gusty winds will be the top concerns. It looks like the potential for severe weather is a little bit greater across the western half of the state, which is good news for us. 70 degrees on your Thursday, dealing with a mixture of sunshine and clouds. Not looking too bad as we wrap up the work week. Heading into the weekend, though, that's always to be right around 67 degrees with mostly sunny skies at first pitch, and then still dealing with mostly clear conditions through the 7th inning stretch with temperatures dipping down about 4 degrees, so right around 63. We should be hovering in the low 60s as you're heading home from the ballpark. But I would just grab the light jacket, bring that with you to the stadium, but no need to worry about the rain gear. Today, our highs are expected to hit the lower 70s. I know Enzo is really looking forward to today's weather. We have those southerly winds, all because of this area of high pressure that's situated to our north. This is going to help keep us dry and quiet today, but things really start to switch gears tomorrow. Here's a look at that line of showers and storms. I've been mentioning this all morning long, and we finally get some beneficial rain out of this system, and that's going to really be the case throughout tomorrow afternoon and evening. So it looks like the window for weather, for showers and storms, thunderstorms rather, really starts to open right around 2 o'clock in the afternoon across Frederick, Howard, and Carroll counties. You guys will be the first to see some of this rain first, and then it'll start to expand around the Baltimore Metro down towards Annapolis, and even some of this rain could be falling up and down the bay, even the eastern shore throughout 6 o'clock. So it looks like it's going to be traveling through pretty quickly, containing some moderate to heavy rain, some gusty winds as well, and then some of this moisture still persists throughout about the midnight hour before we dry things out. The western half of the state has a better opportunity of experiencing a strong to severe thunderstorm that could produce some damaging winds and heavy rain. We could be experiencing some gusty winds, but just not to that damaging threat level. And also heavy rainfall. Periods of heavy rain can't be ruled out, but we need the rain desperately. A ½ inch to an inch, that's what we can expect. And it looks like the highest totals could be found along and to the southeast of I-95. That's where we could see some areas actually pick up close to about an inch of rain. So get excited for it, but don't get used to it because things really start to dry out throughout the rest of this week. This weekend is also going to be extremely dry. We have temps that are going to be rising nearly 10 to 15 degrees above normal, giving us that early springtime warmth. It's going to be feeling more like July out there as we head into early next week as the 90s will come back in style. The last time we hit high temperatures in the low 90s was in fact this year. It was during the middle part of April, right around April 15th. But here's a look at your 7-day forecast.